Welcome to Two Tunes Podcast. Bo is tapping 76 beats per minute.
I'm really tired too.
Same.
Yeah, but you're tired because you went to see Downton Abbey.
No, I'm tired because I'm exhausted in general, and I saw Downton Abbey at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. It was good.
I biked today for 16 miles.
Nice.
I don't even know. I'm so tired. It was the Greenway belt, Green Belt, whatever that is.
Green Lantern.
Yeah, and we didn't realize when we got there that like, hey, there's a marathon running today.
Oh, in Harrisburg?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, my buddy ran 6 miles in that today.
So the quarter marathon?
I guess.
Because we didn't know because we're like, oh, there's a marathon going. Okay, whatever. Because parking lot's filled. And then we biked around the island and we asked somebody, and it's like, what is it? And it's like, well, it's a marathon, and there's a half marathon, and then there's a half of a marathon. And I'm like, I could probably do a half of a marathon.
I mean, I couldn't, but I could walk it. It'd take me a long time.
But you could do it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you could.
Maybe I could walk it. Yeah.
Yeah. But when we went around, you saw where the finish line was, and somebody was crossing the finish line in 1 hour and 26 minutes, and I'm like, this can't be a marathon.
No, yeah.
Like that guy was really fast. If that was a marathon,
beyond world record.
I could do a quarter marathon at that time, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, not really. Like I could hit that for like 1 or 2 miles. I could stay that pace, and then I would be like, "This, oh my god, this sucks." But yeah, today, 16, almost 16 and a half, 16.49 miles.
Nice.
And I'm super tired.
Average
heart rate 131. Average speed 10.2 miles an hour.
Average boredom 100%.
Average what?
Me. Boredom 100%. That's me.
There it is, man.
Great.
Here's my map.
Bo's showing something on an audio medium.
It's a map.
Yeah, but you're showing a visual thing on an audio medium.
Yeah, look, kids. It's a map.
So what do we do here?
We talk about biking and exercise.
Two Wheels podcast.
Two wheels.
You know what's funny? So I have a weird memory. I think most people do. Like there's certain things you will always remember, and certain facts you know, and certain this and that and the other. And then there's something about this podcast that I just cannot remember. I think it's because we record so like infrequently, I guess, too. Like we don't have like a consistent schedule.
Did you forget that like your person you've already had on the podcast?
No, I remember that. But like people in the Discord especially, or like just if anybody like references something from the podcast, I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But I did like
because it seems like a personal conversation. Kind of.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
To an extent.
Yeah, because like while we are recording this and documenting this to then post and put out there, in a way it's like a conversation you and I had and whatever, and I could be like, man, what was that thing Bo and I talked about? Man, I don't remember. You know what I mean? Like, because you wouldn't, like if we were at the bar or whatever, like wouldn't necessarily remember all the things we chatted about. But me saying the Two Wheels podcast, apparently in the last several weeks we've had 2 tomatoes and 2 pirates, and I only kind of remember.
I remember the tomatoes.
I remember tomatoes kind of.
I didn't,
but I don't remember
the
2
pirates.
Yeah.
So what's two pedals? Yeah.
2 pedals, 2 wheels, 2 pedals.
Whatever.
Geppetto.
It's Geppetto. I should bring that song, by the way.
Geppetto.
It's by Belly.
Okay.
There's a band called Belly.
I was gonna say band name that I'm aware of, but not.
There was a song called Geppetto.
Fair enough.
I think it was called Geppetto. I looked into her, that girl, the lead singer, and she was in a band with. I think she was in the Breeders at one point.
Oh,
and if she wasn't in the Breeders, she was in another band with the person who started the Breeders, the other one, who was in the Pixies. Can't remember.
Kim Gordon?
Yes.
Or is Kim Gordon the one from
I don't know.
Sonic Youth?
That's a great question.
I've read Kim Gordon's book. At least I think it's Kim Gordon's book.
What does she look like? Is she blonde or brunette?
If it's the person I'm thinking of, it's brunette.
Okay.
Which means that they're from Sonic Youth?
No.
I can't remember. No, Kim Gordon. We should stop talking about this or look it up and know who's in these groups.
Back in the day, you didn't do that.
It's true. You just had these.
You just had to think about it.
Yeah.
And then you'd ask somebody, and they'd know the answer, and then that would be your wife.
Sure.
There was a joke that did that. They're like, back in the day, we didn't have, like, we couldn't just look up stuff. We'd, like, it'd bug us, and it'd be in our mind for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then we'd ask every person we met if they knew the answer to the question, and the person that it would answer it, that would be your wife. Yeah.
Nice. Who's first this week?
I am first this
Do we
week.
have a theme this week, Bo?
Yeah, it's Pride Month, man.
Sweet. Happy Pride.
And just like last year, we forgot the first week, and we remembered the second week.
Forget. Again, because we record ahead of time and
Yeah.
stuff, and it's like, if you got to like kind of do the math of like, wait, we got this one ready to come out next week, and then this one's this week, and then whatever. Like,
Yeah, we did the math after the fact and realized, oh, this one's coming out in June. So this one is coming out the second week of June.
Cool. And you're first?
I'm first.
All right.
This is a super group.
Yeah, as soon as I opened the link you sent
Yeah.
and just saw the names, because the group is Boygenius.
Boygenius.
As soon as I saw the names listed, I don't know 1/3 of the group, but I knew the other 2/3, and I was like, automatic save of this EP.
What's the 2/3 that you knew?
I knew Julian Baker.
Okay, all right.
Although I'm like tangentially aware of both Julian Baker and Phoebe Bridgers.
Yeah.
Not tangentially, but just like I know some of their music.
Well, you brought Phoebe Bridgers before
Did I?
with the covers of
right,
the Metallica cover.
But even like her actual music, and,
Yeah.
and same with Julian Baker. Like I know some of their music. I know I've heard it. I know I liked it, but I haven't like regularly listened.
Yeah.
So but I want to. And then Lucy Dacus?
Sure.
Dacus.
Yes.
I don't know how I remember that.
Yeah.
See, I remembered that.
All three of them.
I remember that name,
Yeah.
but I can't remember.
Yeah. All three of them are great by themselves.
Okay.
And this is like on Wikipedia, it says that this is a super group.
Wikipedia.org.
It's like, that's gross, man. That's weird. It says Boygenius is a super group. And it's like, okay.
End of page.
End of page. Yeah. Julian Baker, great. Phoebe Bridgers, in my opinion, greater. And then the one that I'm least familiar with is Lucy.
Gotcha. I just saw a TikTok that was like the first time you hear a Julian Baker song.
Yeah.
And it was that Sad Face app. Have you seen that? It just was a guy just with that on the whole time. And it was playing one of her songs.
I was going to play this last year. Well, maybe not this album, but I was thinking Julian Baker, but then it's really sad.
Yeah.
Like everything that they put out is super, super sad. So I was like, I'm not really feeling this right now.
That's fair.
But then a guitar student of mine is learning this song. They're pretty good. They just need to practice it. Like it looks sloppy, but like it sounds good.
Yeah.
And then they need to learn how to sing it, which they won't do.
Sure.
They'll have their sister sing it.
Fair enough. It's okay too.
Yeah. So it's called Souvenir. Julian Baker sings the first verse.
Okay.
And then Phoebe Bridgers sings the second verse. And I think that Lucy only does in this song only does the harmonies and the backing stuff. I think I don't really know their voices
Separately enough.
enough.
Because I had that same thought. I was like, the verses do sound a little different, and like, is it different people? Probably, but also I don't know which one's which. And
They do all have kind of a similar timbre to their voice a little bit. I did watch a live video of this, and there were 4 of them. The fourth one, they all had like these like Western jackets, like with a lot of
frills.
Not frills, but like stitching of stuff.
Yeah.
And they were all different, but then like on the lapels, is that right?
Yeah.
For the jacket.
Yep.
They had their initials. So Julian Baker had a JB, Phoebe Bridgers had a PB, and then Lucy Dacus LD.
Nice.
But
I feel like Brandy Carlisle has rocked a similar thing.
Yeah, very similar. These were all were black and white and had kind of, well, all I remember is what Julian's was. It had like moons on it. So kind of had like also like a country western / witchy vibe to it. Kind of think of Stevie Nicks.
Yep.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Visually. So Phoebe Bridgers playing guitar and singing. Julian Baker is playing mandolin in that video. There's a violin player in that video, and it's like an acoustic. I mean, this song is acoustic as well. It's 4 chords the entire time.
4 chords and the truth, man.
4 chords, yeah. G, A minor, E minor, C, done. And also there's a weird, not weird.
1, 2, 6, 4.
Sure. It's like I think there's like it's 4/4, but like there's a measure of 2/4 in there. Could be.
Okay.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3,
okay.
4.
I didn't listen close enough to that,
3,
but I will now.
We were trying to figure it out because I was like, how can I explain this, like the strumming pattern of it to the student and be like, oh, okay, it's like this is the strum pattern, but then it like does the only half of that strum pattern, and then you're back to that strum pattern.
Right.
So here is Souvenir by Boygenius. Chord progression. Bass enters. Voice.
Hasn't caught a thing yet. $20 in a souvenir. Anything's worth trying.
I hesitate to talk over it because the lyrics are really good and interesting.
I don't know what instrument that is, but it adds a nice pad-ish.
Yeah, synthy.
Yeah.
It feels organ-like at first, but it's not, or it's an affected sound.
Let's drop it down to bring it back up. Which I think they live do with a violin. It might be a slide guitar with lots of reverb on it.
Could be too. I like too that those oohs and stuff. Yeah, definitely a different voice.
Yeah, that's Phoebe, I believe.
That chorus, the ooh chorus thing or whatever, like changes.
Yes, and the mandolin.
Yeah.
Is in.
I like that little like kind of like over the bar line vocal thing instead of just sticking within the pattern.
And then they all kind of. That might be Lucy Moore taking the front vocal. When you cut a hole into my skull, do you hate what you see? Like I do.
And that ooze just like drops in and they're all in.
Electric guitar with lots of reverb and slidey.
Yeah. That chord progression is cool, and like the feel, like the 6 and then the 8, like.
Did you just say the 8?
Yeah, because they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
Gotcha. I thought you were talking about chord numbers. I'm like 8.
No.
There's no 8.
Yeah, the first couple. Now that when you pointed it out at the beginning, I was like waiting for like 4, 2, 4, 2, and then you get 4, 2, 4, 4.
Yeah,
and the whole way through, and it just like because they just keep doing it, it just locks in.
Oh yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah, you don't really notice it's not jarring enough. Like I think the first time
other types of music would really like lean into that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of just like you hear it and it is there. Like we're going to the A minor. You're only there for a short time, but you're not like punching it in.
And it gives it like a little lift too.
Yeah. And it's not a huge lift. It's just like
no, it's just like a little float up, and then you're just kind of like down into, I guess you said E minor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now it's not. There's a capo on it, so I'm thinking guitar chords.
Okay.
So it's like it might be a whole.
But if we're thinking, so this is why we think in terms of Roman numerals, because then
exactly.
Yeah. So it's the 1, just the slight lift up to the 2, and then the gentle descent into the 6.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's really great. I really, really like that tune a lot. I want to go listen to the rest of the EP. Do they have more stuff? Is it just this?
It's just well, there might be 2 things, but I know that like I think it's a one-off.
Sure.
It's kind of like Phoebe's other project with what's his name, Connor Oberst.
Oh, okay.
Which is Better Oblivion.
Oh, yeah.
Something.
I totally have that album saved too.
Yeah,
and it's pretty good.
I was watching a thing.
I haven't listened to a lot of it, but I like what I've heard.
I was watching a Phoebe Bridger thing. It was like called like Reverse or Rewind or something like that, where they would play a section of any like her music and friends that she's been a part of, and reversed parts of them, and then she'd have to tell you what the song was. And
what? Say that again.
Okay, so imagine that
maybe blanked out, or it just was confusing.
Okay, so imagine if I played you your favorite song, but like
yes.
the hook of that song, but reversed it.
Okay.
And then but you didn't know what song it was. It could be anything that's like you gave me a list of like 20 of your favorite songs.
Yes.
Of all time.
Okay.
And then I take like the hook from it, or like the most memorable part, or any part really,
sure.
and reverse it. And then I play you the reverse part, and you say, what song is this?
Okay.
And that was
I'm still only kind of with you, but fair enough.
Was the game.
Okay.
You'd have to guess.
Like reverse, like literally reverse it. So
yeah.
Like,
yes,
that. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then she's like, I don't really know what that is, because I do this all the time, and that sounds cool, and I would use that.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, I know what that is because of this.
Okay.
And there was another person that she mentioned that I just want to like talk about, because I think it was super, super cool idea of what this person did. If I can figure out what it is. Sloppy Jane.
Okay.
The album is called Madison, and it was recorded in a cave.
Okay.
And like that was like the person's idea. It's like, I'm going to record an album in a cave.
Okay.
So she recorded an album in a cave.
Sweet.
And like because because the cave was so damp, they had to like run cables outside of the cave to actually, that's where you're recording it. And then they would and it was like an orchestral piece, whole album.
Interesting.
It's pretty interesting.
A friend of mine just recorded an album in a silo.
Cool.
Yeah.
With the corn or the hay, or it wouldn't be hay. It's wheat.
Yeah.
Wheat.
I don't know what kind of silo it was. They live in
Missile silo.
North Dakota.
It was a missile silo then.
Missile silo. Maybe.
An abandoned missile silo.
Yeah.
You're now.
I'm now.
It's your turn.
It's me. I'm now. Bringing somebody back. Why are you so against this? You've played like 9 different versions of 9 Inch Nails things or Trent Reznor things.
No, but it was like just because he's a part of it. I mean, we could dissect some things and be like, well, this was produced by this person, and every song was, or like they all went to Berkeley.
Yeah. No,
But this is like off the same album.
It's not. But okay.
Close.
But it doesn't matter. But you know what? We should be able to bring people back, bring stuff back, whether it's new or old or whatever. The point is about sharing music with people. So maybe they listen to something and they're like, "Oh, I like that one song. I'm just going to listen to that one song." Or maybe I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but this is our song for Pride Month 2022, and I could not think of a better song than this one. Especially now, because in the intervening time so the song is Jackie Onassis by Sammy Rae and the Friends. Sammy Rae, before I played Denim Jacket, which is a great tune. This is a totally different vibe. Also another reason to kind of bring this one in. But I have since heard an interview with Sammy where they kind of talked about like what this song actually means. You can mostly guess it from the lyrics. They're not like super vague. They're also not like super in your face and stuff about the content, but like, you know, you can kind of get it. But basically it was like she was at like an all-girls school, like in high school and stuff. And at that time was kind of like discovering, oh, I like girls also. And like, I just, you know what I mean? And this is basically about like their first time, not like with a woman, but like the first woman who kind of like, or the first girl that like they fell in love with and like had feelings for, and were able to kind of like express that a little bit and stuff. And maybe there's like, I don't know if it is more deeply sexual than that or whatever. At times you could probably read into certain lines and stuff, but that's basically the idea. And then it's called Jackie Onassis because like they allude that this person looks like Jackie Onassis, but also if you think about like Jackie's such like an iconic figure and stuff. And so, yeah. Got to hear this one live in October when I saw Sammy Rae, and it was really awesome. And I was screaming along the lyrics with everybody else. It was really fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's play it.
I'm about to tell a story that I haven't yet.
I like that little intro too. Like it just, they could have just started with the organ and just gone right into it. But
she looked like Jackie Onassis, top of her classes. I'm doing my best, just passing by. I'm so funny in my body, I can barely walk. And I'm so full of them funny feelings that I could barely talk. And here comes Jackie Onassis.
It's also kind of universal too. Like if you think back to like when you're in high school and you're like awkward and you don't really know what to do, and then all of a sudden you like see this person, and you know, or even as an adult, I've been there too.
Yeah.
And it could even be about like, again, like you interpret things differently, even just about like that friend, you know, not even if there was any kind of like romantic stuff with it, but just that person that like, hey, come on, like come be part of this group, come hang with us, you know.
Spoke my mind up in a crowded place.
If you want to know more about Sammy Rae, also you can look them up, but and also go back to our episode that we talked about them before, because the band's really great. And Sammy still remains one of my favorite vocalists of all time. Just the incredible control that she has.
Some poorly dressed spectator had something I'm kind to say. It comes back to me in the flashes. I get risky, there's a swing and a miss, and I'm all up.
Any thoughts on the tune, Bo?
No. I'm trying to figure out when they were on last.
I think it was early.
It was. I like that the changes in the drums that just like just pull you out.
Yeah.
Of just like, oh, what was that? Or maybe it's not pull you out, it's like drag you back in. It's like, pay attention to me.
Yeah, that little that thing, it's cool because she does it in the lyrics first. Like she does it in what she's singing first, and then later on he sticks it in the drums, and then later on the whole band kind of does it too.
It was episode 8.
Okay,
so yeah, really early.
Yeah,
like probably recorded before.
Surprised I waited that long. The vibe of this band is so, I just really like this band a whole lot. And like just the style changes and feel changes within songs, and certainly from song to song. Like if you were to like list them as like genre or like influences and stuff, it's so much. Like there's so much going into it. And she's such a good storyteller too, I think, with her lyrics. Even like in the way she delivers them and stuff, like it's really kind of a throwback to like the 60s and 70s with those singer-songwriters and stuff. And now you can be like jumping around and dancing to this one, you know, like it's I like that. Like it started out so soft and subtle. People have started bringing like pillbox hats to throw up on stage for her to wear too, like very Jackie Onassis like. I like too the picture of the single for this, because it was a single first, was just her in basically like her school uniform from high school. So you can, and like just kind of like looking, I don't know if it's awkward, but just like standing alone, and you know, like she would have been at the beginning of the song. The record, Bo's bobbing his head over there.
Yeah,
he's into it.
She carries herself right, she's singing out. She's the first lady to walk me.
Just pulling it all the way back.
I'm singing out.
So good. They've been they're on tour. I'm gonna try to catch them. I was really mad back in March. I think maybe I talked about this, or I told you. They were in DC. They were in like State College, DC, Philly, and New York within like 4 days of each other. Mm-hmm. Maybe Baltimore was in there too. And it was all over like the tech week / opening weekend of my musical. I was like, I would have gone to at least 2 of those shows, if not like 3 of those shows. And I couldn't go to any, and I was very sad about it. But they've been doing a thing. They did it when I saw them in the fall, where they were like premiering a new single live, mm-hmm. which I thought you would appreciate. Maybe not. Any thoughts on that, Bo? Premiering a new single live?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
I like that.
I kind of like it too. Like
on the internet or in person?
No, in person. That's what I mean. Like doing it, like premiering it at their shows.
Playing it
in premiere. Like you cannot find this song unless you come see us live.
But playing the song or playing the recording of the song?
No, they're performing the song.
Okay.
Yeah. No, they're not going to listening party guys. No, they'd perform it.
Well, yeah, I mean
bands do that from time to time, but because they don't have that much mm-hmm. output so far.
Yeah.
Like they have 2 EPs and a couple of extra singles. Mm-hmm. And now they've had like a couple more singles, but they've been doing that like periodically, and they're doing it again now. Mm-hmm. And so I'm missing out on hearing the new song.
The new. Deer Hunter is putting out a new record, and they're going to be playing their new album during the recording or during the summer.
So I just heard somebody else is doing that. I was going to tell you. Crap. Who is it? It's somebody I heard a podcast interview with. I cannot remember. Somebody not as big as Deer Hunter. Mm-hmm. But that's what they're doing. They're like doing the whole album. They're going to play the whole album.
Yeah.
Like perform the whole album on tour.
I don't know if they're
plus their other stuff.
I don't know if the Deer Hunter is going to play the whole album, but they're going to play a bunch of it. This new stuff. They're just like, hey, check out the new album before it comes out.
This is driving me crazy. I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about how like, yeah, we're going to premiere the whole album.
That's kind of a cool idea.
That's a really cool idea. But they're going to premiere the whole thing, and then it comes out in like August. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be out June, July, August or whatever, and then at the end, after the tour's over, now you can get the album. I think that's really cool. I really wish I could remember who it was, but I cannot. That's going to drive me crazy.
Cool.
So, yeah.
I would tell people to go see the show that are we going?
I don't know, man. I'm going to a Phillies game the next day.
Did we go?
Or did we go at this point? Yeah.
It's in Philly. Just go and spend the night.
Well, here's the other thing. Kamasi Washington is also playing on that Sunday in Philly.
There's your weekend.
I can't do the whole weekend.
Why not?
Because also I'm leaving for Kansas City, which I think as this episode comes out, I'll be in Kansas City.
This is the 14th.
Oh, be in Kansas City.
Technically, the weekend that we are discussing is just happened.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to go by myself.
But as this episode premieres on the 14th, I will be in Kansas City. So I can't be away that whole weekend before the last week of school, and also before I go away for 10 days. Because I got to get stuff done before I go. I'll probably have to do laundry. So anyway, geez. Thanks for listening. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Tell a friend about this podcast. Tell an enemy about this podcast. Make them both listen.
Share, like, subscribe. I don't know if you can like this.
Sonny Bono, like and subscribe.
What? I don't get that.
Share and Sonny Bono?
Good. I got you now. Speak to me like I'm a toddler. Go join our Discord. Follow us on Instagram. Join our Facebook group.
Mm-hmm. It keeps getting more likes and stuff, which is awesome.
I mean, I invited everybody.
I mean, sure. Same. I should probably do it again too.
Yeah. You know, those people who weren't on a year ago.
Mm-hmm. I have, in the last 2 months, probably gotten like 60 new Facebook friends due to various like events and things that I've been at.
Cool.
It's been kind of wild.
There you go. You got new people.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next time, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.